Yo, JD here, Tyrolimus, and as you can see, we are finally here. This is my 1v1 against awesome MJ01, and I hope you like those messages. They were pretty funny to read, and the reason why I've actually accepted this is because I really actually admired his passion for racing on this game and how adamant he was that he wanted to go against me. So you know what? I've been speaking about this series. We're doing a 1v1 series for a long time now, and I thought, why not have this guy as the first challenger? And as you can see, it's going to be 5 lap races using assists, and you can see we've actually got a good run of them going to the first turn of Sochi. Going for this one, automatic gears we're using, so to be honest, it's quite hard to actually get used to it. So the rules, as you may have seen by messages, are automatic gears, full traction control, full ABS. Setups are allowed. We're allowed to use our own setups, anything we want, but we have to run ABS, full traction, and automatic gears. And I'm not gonna lie, it was really weird using this, and it's a lot slower than when I run no assist. I'd say about a second or 2 seconds a lap per slower, so I really have to drive differently. I can't trail brake, as you can see here, going completely down on the brakes and then completely on the throttle there. And I thought this was just hilarious. But this guy, he really wanted to do this, and check out his channel. I said I would give him a shout out, so please check out his channel. I've left it in the description down below. But I really enjoyed this, and this will probably be a little bit of a longer video, so sit back, enjoy this with some popcorn, anything you like. It should be an entertaining one. But yeah, I really did enjoy this, and it felt so weird driving with these assists. But to be fair, this guy, you can see in the first race here, he's not slow at all, and I didn't really research on him or anything at all. You know, I just thought a guy's using assists, you know, what's the worst that can happen? But you can see here, we're actually struggling quite a bit, and going on to lap 4, we're still behind, but we are actually using the prime tyre. I was taking the mick a little bit on this first video because I just didn't really... It's the best of 5 races. Well, yeah, best of 5 races pretty much. There's 5 races. Whoever wins 3 is going to win the whole thing. So I thought, you know what, let's try and make this fun. But this guy is actually putting up a pretty good fight at the moment. So I was pretty interested how the rest of this is going to go. But coming on to the penultimate corner of the penultimate lap now, we're still behind him, but on the prime tyres, don't forget. But it doesn't seem to be too much of a difference. But we've got to say up, I'm using 1.5 wing, I think, or something like that. So now, let's see what we've got in the straight line. I'm not sure what setup he's using at all, but we've got a decent slipstream coming to here now. I don't really want to lose the first race because you could be getting cocky and then end up actually losing it. As we get a little bit of a collision, so already making a little bit of contact here, but now we're going to go down the inside of him. I'm trying to hold it out for the end of this race. This is go down the inside once again, but go leave some room. We're going to try and be really nice and fair during these races as well. But now we're ahead into the lead, and it feels so weird having to brake all the way down. And you can very much tell I'm using automatic gears because everyone always says to me I rev out the gears and everything, so it's completely confirmed that I'm using it. And I think I show the settings in every single race that I do anyway, just in case there's any doubts or anything at all. But because he's still right behind us, so still the ultra soft tyre is going pretty well for him at this point. And next race, I'm not really going to underestimate him really. I think we're probably going to play it, you know, actually treat him with a little bit more respect, because this race I was actually quite surprised as he go down the inside, so he's really really determined to actually beat me this. But we're going to leave him some room on the inside, making a little bit of collision once again as a hand comes up. Try not to corner cut this. It's on strict rules as well, I think he's the host of this lobby actually, in fact, so I would hope he's put it on strict rules. But now we're going to defend going into this last corner, and race 1 we've managed to take the win against this guy who put up a decent fight. And now we're moving on to Silverstone. As you can see, those are the settings there. I think the only thing he uses different, he uses a racing line as well, but fair play, whatever he wants to use. So now we're going to go 100% on the throttle because there is no need to be cautious here. So go 100% of the throttle, and he gets a good start. So he's clearly got an automatic setup, which gives him a good launch off the start. And now coming into this, and we did the one-shot quali for every single race as well. And I think I went straight on this corner because I didn't realise it was a short track. So he wanted to do this one. He chose all the tracks for this as well, but he ran a little bit wide. So hopefully we're going to go through the gears quickly, and this one front wing should be doing something. As we're just going to keep it on the side camera coming into here, coming up towards the end of hang straight. We managed to take the lead now, but he's going to try and fight back on the exit on the inside, but we'll just go cover that. Thinks about going around the outside, but it should be a relatively comfortable move going round the outside of this guy. And now let's see if he can stay with us, because this is a good track for me. Even the short circuit, I've done it a few times in the sprint mode, so it's not particularly unfamiliar, but we've got to spot this braking point because the gear shift is just so slow compared to what I do. We actually almost missed the apex there, flat out going for a left-hander as the curve starts. Actually braking point, but just the gears going down so slowly. That's the disadvantage of automatic gears. You just can't choose the gear, which gives you better turning, better traction and stuff as well. But we're going to just defend here, and he's putting up a good fight. So this guy, using all assists or not, he knows how to use them. I can give him that. So he's doing better than I expected, but I think now we're probably going to turn up the heat, try and actually put it into Rich. And now let's see what we can really do. So go across the line now, do a 46 something, but we can see this next lap we pulled another gap again, doing another faster lap. And I won't be showing all the laps of this because otherwise it'd be such a long video, but you can see we've really started to turn up the heat. And yeah, this guy unfortunately was no match for us around here with this setup, with our driving, and we've managed to beat the best assist runner in the world around Silverstone. So that is 2 out of 2 races at this point right now. But now we're coming to Spain, putting in the setup, and I think it might be a little bit different to 1.5 front wing this time. So we're going to use our actual Spain setup that we did for AOR. So this is exactly what I ran for Spain and AOR. Worked very, very well in the Toro Rosso. So I thought, you know what? We're going to pull out everything against this guy. He feels he's the best assist runner, so there's going to be no mercy here. We tried to show him a little bit of mercy in the first race, but he wants a real challenge. You know, the only way someone can improve is to go up against someone who's very difficult to beat. So we're not going to go easy on this guy. And you can see in the one-shot quali, we have put it on pole position. And I have to say, using the assist around here, my PB in 5-lap races is a 19.4, 19.3. And in this, it's actually scary how quick these assists I'm running actually are. So we're going to try to get a good start here, hopefully getting a better launch. But he seems to perfected that start, seems to have a slightly better reaction time. So going into turn 1, we're going to have to try and outbrake him. We can't outshift him using automatic gears, but we're going to try and outbrake him into here, which we managed to do coming into turn 3 now. Going completely flat out, maybe thinking about down the inside in case he goes for a little bit down. So we're going to go down the inside. He actually tries it. I think he made a little bit of contact as well now. So coming into this corner, the corner with no reference point, let's go past the pole, and he actually hits the back of us again. So he's being very feisty, because if he loses this race, then effectively we can't win this championship. But we're going to do 5 races anyway, see out of respect, see what he can do, because we got Sochi and some other track that we got next. I completed Sochi and Brazil are the tracks we got next as well, which, not Sochi, Baku and Brazil we got next, which yeah, should be pretty interesting around there, especially Baku with the automatic gears. That'll be very, very interesting. But now, one of my favourite tracks on the game, again, we're turning up the heat. No prisoners here, so when we do my 1v1 series, if you 1v1 me, no matter what level you are, I won't be going easy. I will be going 100% flat out, unless in the first race where I went on the prime tyres, which is a little bit of a disrespect, so I wouldn't do that against anyone again, but I thought that would just be quite funny. But now we're coming on to the fastest lap of the race that we do, and we're going to stay on board for this full lap, because as I said, 19.3 is my PB in 5-lap races online, because I do those every single night. So anyone who races against me on Xbox knows I do that pretty much every night from 10 onwards. and I plan to stream that soon as well. So if you guys could follow my Twitch, which I know a lot of you guys have actually done since my last video, I seriously appreciate that. I'm hoping not next week, the week after, I will get my internet and I'll be streaming every single night. So that'll be something I'm really looking forward to. But in this video here, unfortunately for Awesome MJ, he just can't do it around this track. We're in the same car, and you know, no assist runners are not meant to be good with assists, but at the moment we are doing the job. But all fun and games, I'm just taking the mick. But I really enjoyed this, and I really admired this guy's passion for racing against me. And as I said, please check out his channel. He uploads, I think he uploads hot laps or anything as well. So if you are using assists and you really want to start off with assists, you're reluctant to turn off all the assists, then please check out this guy's channel, this booster's channel a little bit as well. But coming across the line, we do a 20.4, 9/10 off what we did with no assist, which I was very surprised with, to be honest. I didn't expect it to be that quick, which is quite scary, to be honest. That's quite concerning. But coming across the line, we have won this race by 3 or 4 seconds against Awesome MJ, who we just outmatched this time. And you can see the assists we're running here, all assists. And now we are coming on to Baku. And for this race, I didn't run a setup or anything at all, because I wanted to see how good this guy was with his setup and everything. And you can see, unfortunately, the first part of this video corrupted at the start, and basically it was this gap all the way until the last lap as we're on here now. And he was actually doing a good job. He actually pulled a 1.5 seconds. He was out of DRS for the whole time, but now he's starting to collapse a little bit on this last lap. So I'm thinking if he could possibly sneak it in now, trying to execute this with the downshifting of the gears going into this. So coming into basically the last braking zone of the track, trying to come out here, purple going through this. And you know, we're running a 1 front wing, but it's 1.6 and everything's default, because in qualifying he out-qualified us by like 1.5 seconds. So that just shows how important a setup actually really is. You really do need a good setup when Race Online. It does make a big difference. And now I've got the slipstream, but he is going to take his first win in this series, as we set the fastest lap, but it's not enough. Just couldn't get used to it in time for the end of this race. Awesome MJ has got pace in these assists. He definitely does has pace. But now we're moving on to pretty much the last it's the last race of this series now, and we're running, I think it's 1.4 wing, 7 ballast, and this is the one-shot qualifying. And I have to say, credit to this guy. I really have enjoyed this so far, and hopefully this video hasn't been too long. In future series, when I go against other people, maybe I'll probably make it 3 lap races, three lap races, best of 5 again probably. So hopefully it's a little bit of a shorter one. But you can see, well, our assists were actually turned on here, so we had to actually turn them off again. I don't know, I think he changed some of the settings in the lobby or something. So I'm making sure they are on for this race, because we do not want to cheat or anything at all. And just forgetting, we have to put on the automatic gears, ABS, traction on full, and yeah, he's going to get the pole position again. So qualifying, he's done very well in this one. So we're just going to let him take it as he's completing his lap. Decides not to use DRS. Oh, he does use DRS in the end, but now we're going to start second on the grid for Brazil for the final race of this 1v1, and he always gets a good start. He just seemingly has just that really good start. But as I was saying before, I was actually very surprised at how actually fast these assists are, and I don't know if that is something that is funny or is actually quite concerning, that it's only on some tracks it's only about 1 second off of what you can do. But tracks like Baku, it was struggling a lot around there, but tracks like Spain, it was actually dangerously close. If I might even do a challenge where I actually run that myself in the sprint mode and see if I can win online. Actually doing that, I think that would be probably quite an interesting video, see if I can actually do that. But coming through here now, lap 1, and again, good pace in these. So with these assists, doing pretty well. But again, it's just torture just driving this, where you just don't have any control of the gears or anything. And we've got to go 100% on the brakes going through as we do, and now 100% on the throttle again with no wheel spin at all. And the good thing is, after the patch, no assist is the quicker settings. If you run medium traction with everything else off, no traction is quicker. So that's something I'm very happy to see indeed, and it gives people an opportunity who aren't 100% confident without using assists to really get used to it. So as long as that's the case, then I have absolutely no problem with that, because I do feel with no assists, once you master it, I think you should be rewarded of having better pace, even though it's much harder. I think that's what the substitute really should be. And if you're using full assists, then it's great that you can get used to it, but I don't think you should be rewarded. I think we need to encourage, with the rise of esports, as we actually hit into the back of him as well. Luckily there's no damage, but with the rise of esports and the multiplayer, having a much more incentive for players to play online and to actually compete, hopefully one day at a professional level. That's something I would personally love to do with the wheel that I'm using right now. I'd love to be a professional player in F1. That'd be amazing. I think you really do need that encouragement of being rewarded for making it as challenging as possible. And obviously, racing an esports event, you would fully expect all assists to be off. Otherwise, it just wouldn't really be an esports event. But now, setting a fastest lap, starting to put him under a little bit of pressure, taking us a couple of laps to really get used to it. But now we're starting to really dial it in, as I say. So trying to get on the DRS now. He's lagging a little bit, so this could be a possible opportunity. So dummy it, go to the right, and we're going to switch back to the left last minute. So just doing a little pump fake, if you watch basketball. Just doing a little dummy, going to there, and now we're in the lead. And this track is very easy-ish to overtake, and there's a lot of slipstream around here. And slipstream seems to be quite effective in this lobby where I've been racing with this guy, so we can't be complacent. We've got to really try and close this out now and just try and pull the gap and just see what we can do. So just defending ever so slightly, but we're just going to keep it under control, get some good, decent traction coming off here now, coming into the last braking zone, that Baku again, wouldn't say penultimate corner, but getting a good traction with that full 100% pressure coming out here. And I think he's starting to lose a little bit of pace, so we're just, what can I say, the no assist guys, I guess we do have some amount of skill at all, but coming on lap 5, we really turned up the heat, and now we'll go across the line to take this 1v1 championship against Awesome MJ 01. And I want to say thank you for taking part in this video. I really appreciate this. This is a really different kind of video for me. Hopefully I'll be better at making these in future, and when I do it against other people in AOR. Anyone who wants to go against me, hit me up in the message on Xbox, and I'll probably race against you a few times to see what kind of level you are if I haven't raced against you before, and then we'll take it from there. So I really hope you enjoyed this. It was a lot of fun doing this. I really admired this guy's passion. Please check out his channel. That would be really satisfying to me if you do that. I really hope you enjoyed this. It was a great time. Thank you for the support as always, and I will catch you next time. Peace.